Hello, and thank you for watching and listening to another episode of Unmedicated and Educated with Keita Rose. I'm Keita Rose, and here we deep dive, dissect, and sometimes diagnose, because it seems everyone, including myself, I am not excluded, has lost their damn minds. If you are new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. If you're an OG, then you already know what the is going on. Like, share, subscribe, talk your shit in the comments. Tell me how you really feel. And y'all, I'm about to tell you how I feel about Love After Lockup episode 7 or 8 or 9. Rescue Me from the Castle. Rescue Me from the Castle is the name of this episode. Oh my God. And it starts off with our favorite, Ayana and Jamal. So Ayana is basically getting ready to go to jail. If you remember last episode, she was sentenced to 15 days. I personally would have gave her 90 days, but the judge was lenient and decided to give Ayana 15 days. She needs to turn herself in by 11 o'clock. Of course, she did that. And so instead of being issued like prison clothes, you get to bring your own stuff. Here's my thing. How long did you know you were going to jail? Because me, had I known I was going to jail, let's say on the 4th, I would have had all my things packed up by the 2nd. I mean, extra drawers, extra tampons. I'd slip in some Oreos if I could, just in case I get sad and I need to snack. I always snack when I'm sad. Basically, Ayana's mom is like, we have to go. You're gonna be late. And you know what? I have mixed feelings about this because my thing is like, Ayana, damn, aren't you tired of getting in trouble? Just make it on time. You know you have to be there by 11 a.m. But then the other side of me is like, well, shit. I mean, hell, I'm already going to jail. What are you gonna do? Add 30 more minutes to my sentence? I mean, hey, listen, I need to stop off, get me some stuff. And that's exactly what she did.
I'm just going. All right, in and out.
Yana, you better hurry up.
I am, Mom, I am.
Look what time it is, 10:15.
All right, I'm gonna run. Run in the jail.
She went to the Dollar Tree or some type of store to get all of her items. She was running late. I think she showed up like 15 minutes late. And when her mom said, hey, I'm here to turn in my daughter is here to turn in herself, Ayana almost threw up. She just couldn't believe it. She's like freaking out the whole trip. I can't believe I'm going to jail. Like at first she was very, like, let's get it over with. She was even telling her mom, like, I'm not going to be a sourpuss about this situation, because her mom was like, wow, you're taking this very well. And she's like, well, what am I supposed to do? And when I seen that, I was like, oh, Ayana's like, maturing, there's nothing we can do about it. So it's best to just see the positive out the situation and not cry and waddle in our own self-pity and sorrow, because the situation's going to happen regardless. But then as they drive closer to the jail, Ayana starts freaking out. She's crying. She's talking to Jamal, and he like, yo, baby, chill. Shut the fuck up, boopy. It's gonna be all right. We just gotta get this shit together. You think I wanna be in jail? You think I wanna be? You think I want somebody to hold me accountable for the shit, for the crimes I did? No. But it is what it is, boopy. And I'm like, damn, there goes Jamal again, being the voice of reason. Well, somebody has to have somebody with some common sense in their life, and it seems Jamal is that for Ayana, so I can understand why she is so in love or lust with this man. So next we have Shantae and True. So it starts off with Shantae having a really transparent conversation with her kids, right? Her son and her daughter. And she's like, they telling me that I don't know nothing about True. Like, he a player, he a cheat. And again, on one end, it's like, it's really cool to see a parent have that type of relationship with their child, right? Like, I'm gonna tell you my business, I guess, because I'm a human being and I'm an adult, and you're gonna grow up to be an adult. So I don't wanna hide anything from you, right? I can completely understand why certain parents do that. But on the other end, it's like, Shantae, you don't have no friends. You don't have no homegirls, no homeboys, no older cousins, no aunts that you can call and be like, True might be cheating on me. True might be doing this. I feel a little insecure about this. Because on one end, it's good to have that bond with your child. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think I'm tripping or what? Because on one end, it's good to have that bond with your child, right? Like, we're close, and I want to be friends with my child as well when he gets of age to have a friend. Right now, I'm a damn parent, and I don't have no time or place for a 9-year-old child to be my friend, or a 14-year-old, or a 16-year-old, or an 18-year-old at that. But if he's 22, 25, 30, we might could talk like adults having a conversation. But on the other end, it's like you're telling them so much. And it's like, I don't know how old her son was, but he looked pretty young. And so she's like, True telling me I ain't got nothing to worry about. And he like, yeah, we gonna have to see about that. We gonna have to talk to him. And he kind of reminded me of like this little boy stepping up to be like the man of the house, like, oh, you messing with my mama, or you not doing right by my mama, so yeah, I'm gonna let you know. We gonna see, we gonna have a conversation. And it's like, True is big enough to just like bing, your ass right out the way.
Oh my God.
That's how small you are in comparison. I don't know if you should be putting your children in your business like that to where they feel like they need to step up and talk to an adult about some adult situations. It's not their business. It's not their place. But let me know if I'm tripping in the comments. So basically, True calls because all the inmates know when to call. WeTV has provided a schedule.
Girl.
They were just telling me, like, I just got a lot to do when it come to getting to know you. It's basically what they were saying. And I don't know the real you yet.
Basically, True is like,
what's up, bro? Like, what's up?
she like, I don't know. Like, when I was talking to your mom and your sister, you know, they were telling me that I don't know anything about you and that I really got some stuff to worry about because you're not very honest and you don't do the right thing. You don't do right by people.
Hey, man, like, don't even listen to them type shit. Like, you ain't got shit to worry about, nah, I mean? No.
No, I don't know what the you mean. What do you mean by I don't have anything to worry about? Are they lying because they're jealous of you or they never liked you or you've never had a good relationship with them? Would they have any reason to tarnish your name and your reputation as somebody who is sending you money, somebody who says they love you? What do you mean by I don't have anything to worry about? Do you mean that was me and that's the me that they know, baby, but I've changed and I'm different now and these are the steps that I've taken to be a different person. So yeah, they may know me as the True that lied, the True that stole, the True that broke hearts and cheated. But the True that you know, baby, that's not me anymore. I'm a different man now. What do you mean by I ain't got shit to worry about? He like,
you ain't got shit to worry about. Nah, I mean...
And I'm like, oh, no. Okay, well, hell. So basically, True tells her what he has to look forward to while getting out of prison. And it's not, of course, going to therapy or getting a job or starting his life on the right foot. It's basically like,
you know, we gonna go out to eat, go to a little sex shop, have a little sex. It's gonna be good, baby. Nah, I mean...
It's normal for somebody that has been incarcerated for a long period of time or hell, even a short period of time to be physically and sexually frustrated. So we get it. There's some tension built up and, you know, he want to let off some steam. But I mean, after your mom and sister just told me that you're a terrible person and that I shouldn't be there and that you're probably not going to marry me or be faithful to me, after you told them in front of me that you're not living with me, that you're going to probably stay with them, even though you told me we're going to live together and start a life together, after you told them that you really can't answer why you asked me, why you asked to marry me. You don't really know. It was just something you kind of did. After you did all that shit within the last 48 hours, I don't want to talk to you about sex. We got more things to talk about. And I think that's where a lot of people, men and women, go wrong in relationships, starting off or year 2 or even year 3. I don't want to ask hard questions because I know the answer deep down and I don't want to know the answer. I don't want to say, what did you mean by that? And then when you give me an answer that is non-satisfactory, I don't want to press the topic. I don't want to upset you. I don't want to annoy you. I don't want you to push away from me and run away. But in reality, that's exactly what you should be doing in a relationship. What do you mean you're not in your kid's life? What do you mean you don't really want to marry me? What do you mean you're not the marrying type? It should be an interview. I'm going to interview your ass for the rest of my life because I want to know exactly who I'm being entangled with, right? And so a lot of the times, men and women, we don't want to ask hard questions because we're scared of the answer, even though deep down, our spirit, our souls already know what the is going on. We're just scared. And so that fear is going to have you up in the future, right? So basically, Shantae lets us know that while she was working at a hotel a couple of years back, she received a call from security. It was a fake call by some coworkers that she really didn't mess with and really didn't want anything to do with. They had called her into a room and then she was sexually assaulted by 3 of her coworkers. And around that time, she had met True. They began to talk. He would always keep her positive, always tell her everything's going to be okay, always really get her through those hardships and that hard moment in her life. Like if I was going through something, she mentioned that family members weren't there, some friends of hers weren't there. So everywhere she looked, she didn't have any support. He was there. Right? And so she doesn't see him like we see him as this inmate that's trying to finesse and get around. She sees him like her backbone, her support, her shoulder to lean on. He made it possible for her to get through this terrible time in her life. That makes more sense because I said, is she on the spectrum? Is something wrong? Okay. So then we move on to Teenie and Rob. So Rob is basically, he doesn't want to be mixed up with no contraband. He don't want to be doing anything wrong like he's not supposed to be doing because he's getting out in a couple of weeks. He wants to be on the straight and narrow and do the right thing.
I'm going to get rid of the phone in about the next day or two, so I won't get in no trouble and I can get home, baby mama.
Now, one thing that Rob mentioned was like women fawn over me. They really want to be with me. Other inmates tell me that I'm crazy when I tell women CO officers to get out of my cell and that I don't want to have sex with them, even though they're really attractive and attracted to me. But you know, I'm married and Teenie really keeps me, going straight, right? Like that helps me build up the discipline that I need in order to tell the women, all the women that are fawning over me, to back it up because I'm a taken man. I don't know why that little snippet was inserted. Like, it started with her asking, why won't we be on the phone? Why didn't you answer the phone? Why has it been a couple days since I talked to you? And it kind of fast forwarded to, there's a lot of women on me. So Teenie and Rob's part was really small. Basically, it really focused on her children and how they feel about him coming out. Cheyenne says that she's kind of scared about the discipline. She doesn't really know how he's going to adapt to being in this household. Is he going to just jump right in to be a disciplinarian? You guys have known me for the last 5 years. You visited me for the last 5 years. I talk to you through the camera. I talk to you through the phone. You know how I am. You know what I expect. It is what it is. Or is he going to kind of chill out, see how things are being run first, and then see how he can implement some of his disciplinary actions in that? She's kind of confused and she's a little bit scared because any child would be like, hey, are you going to come in and shut my TV time down? Are you going to say that I can't go to parties or talk to my friends or do certain things on the weekend? Like, how are you going to move? Yeah, it's cool when you talking to me over camera because you can't really do anything to me, but that's different from you being in my household and now I'm a little afraid. And I do think that that's a very valid concern, but I think it's a concern that you should have with your mother rather than we're going to wait until this guy comes into our house and then we're going to see. I think I'd ask my mom, what's going on? Like, are you going to allow, right? Because this is still a stranger. I'm sorry. I understand they're married. I understand that the kids call him daddy, but this is still a stranger coming into the house. So are you going to allow this man to discipline us any type of way? Is he going to be able to spank us? Is he not going to be able to spank us? Does he believe in spanking? What are some of the things that set him off? What does he expect? What are some of the rules? Like, he's never been out of jail. Remember that Rob has been in jail his whole life. So it's not like he's had a life and kids before. And this is how he ran his tight shit before, but then he got locked up and now he's expected to come back and act the same way. This is more so, hell, this new for me too shit. We about to find out and we're gonna just roll with the punches and see what we can come up with. I'd be scared too. So it moves on to Nehemiah eating a Go-Gurt on the couch, and everybody knows, and the only rule that we've ever seen Rob have is that nobody is allowed to eat on the couch.
I just told your sister about eating on the couch. Why are you eating on the couch?
Don't listen. I'll know.
Okay. Can I get 10 push-ups for that?
Okay.
Teenie comes out and she's like, why are you doing push-ups? Cheyenne's like, he ate on the couch. He's like, oh, you ate on the couch? Do 10 more, right? It was really fun. It was really cute. And you could see that she stands behind her man. This is the way that he wants to discipline. This is the way that it is. One thing that Nehemiah said that kind of had me like, is that he understands why daddy watches them through the cameras because they're an easy target. They're two small kids and a mom. And so what's going to happen if they get robbed? And the first thing that popped in my mind was like, what's going to happen even if y'all are getting robbed and he's watching it? It's not like he can go to his CO and be like, hey, I got some contraband I'm not even supposed to have up in my cell and I'm seeing some shit that shouldn't go down. Please call the cops. I don't know what I would do. I think I would just watch it like a horror film and be like,
Get out! Oh shit, there's 3 of them. They have guns. Fuck! Ah! Get out! Run!
you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? You're not even supposed to be watching them anyway. You're not even supposed to have a phone. But I thought it was cute. He's like, my dad's protecting me. I have someone looking over me. And sometimes we just need to give our children a little bit of that reassurance. Next, we have Candace and Andrew. And if you guys don't remember, Candace is finally out of jail. Andrew then gave her a car, an apartment, money, jewelry, phones, Louis bags, clothes. I mean, he really just set her up for basically the next year or two of her life, right? Andrew is like, I really want to be affectionate, but Candace says that she's not really affectionate. And I'm going to have to get used to that. Plus, she's going through a lot of trauma, you know. She was in past relationships that weren't the best. So men trigger her. Relationships trigger her.
I mean, I don't want to put it on you, but like anytime I'm close to you or to really anybody, like it just brings up those bad feelings again.
Right.
And I'm just confused. You know, one thing that doesn't trigger Candace is getting all the money and getting all the gifts. Kissing triggers Candace. Hugging triggers Candace. Rubbing up and down triggers Candace. Sex triggers Candace. Men trigger Candace. Relationships trigger Candace. Marriage triggers Candace. But money, gifts, bags, cars, apartments don't trigger Candace. I'm just so confused. All these things are her triggers that, you know, show that you really care about somebody, that you love somebody, that you appreciate somebody, that you're attracted to somebody. Those things trigger her. But receiving gifts is something that she can handle. Baby, I am so over Candace, and that is why I chose to wear my Over It t-shirt. You too can rock my Over It t-shirts. It comes in all sizes and all different colors. And it also comes in this mood box. That's right. Head on to KitaSaidIt.com and let my merch improve your mood. Use code LOVEMAMA for a little off and a free gift, because you know I got you like that. Oh my God, I'm just so over Candace. Like, I'm just done. I'm done with her. So basically, you know, Candace is riding in the car. She's about to go to her facility. She doesn't know if she's gonna have to stay there, or maybe she can fluctuate whether or not she's gonna have the apartment sometimes when she gets a little freedom. But as of right now, she needs to check in to this facility, so she's moving some stuff there. Andrew is like, I'm never gonna leave you, baby. I love you, baby. He's very just overbearing. And
I know that you have not been in a healthy relationship before. It wouldn't be healthy if you say, hey, I need space, I need to take care of this, and I'm like, I'm gonna leave. That's not healthy.
That's what I'm used to.
I know, but I'm not going anywhere.
One thing I will give to Candace, especially if you don't like a man, is when he's overbearing and very like, I love you, baby. You mean the world to me, baby. I'll do anything for you, baby. And you're like, oh, I don't like you.
I don't even like you. You are on my neck. Get off my neck.
You know, she's like, be regular, chill out. Like, what she's really trying to say is she wants him to give her space, like an avoidant type man would do, very dismissive. You know, I'm riding in a car and I don't feel a need to grab you or ask you if you're okay every 5 minutes, or ask you what your triggers are and am I bothering you? Like a normal, regular person in a regular relationship would, of course, ask you if you're okay if you're visibly upset and have anxiety. But once you've already said that you kind of want your space, you know, a normal person's gonna back off. But the reason why Andrew can't back off is because he's anxiously attached to her. Like, she's dismissive, right? She's an avoidant. She's like, and the more she pushes him away, the more he's attached to her. So he can't help but to say, are you okay? Do you need money? Do you need anything? Are you hungry? Do you need cigarettes? What can I do, baby? And that's really annoying. And then you have to add on the fact that she doesn't like him and she's not attracted to him and she's using him for money. So that's all that shebang together is like, get away from me. Back up. So they go to dinner right before she has to check into this facility, and she basically says she can't do it anymore. She's triggered, she has anxiety, and she has to get herself together before she can get him together and worry about a relationship with him. And what I think happened was Candace couldn't even fake it anymore. She was about to start getting real mad and real mean. There's only so many times you can tell somebody to back up before you start telling them what it really is. Like, you know why I want you to back up? Because I really actually don't like you. I hate you. You make me sick. Your face disgusts me, and I don't want to be in this situation. But since you're the only idiot willing to give me money, I'll take it. Damn. And because you don't want to say all that fucked up shit to Andrew or to anybody, because that's a really terrible, terrible way to feel and terrible thing to say, you kind of just want to like back up before it even gets to that point. And that's what she's doing. She's cutting him off. But coincidentally, when he asked her, well, what do you want me to do with the truck or the apartment? She's at a loss for words. She's like, well, I mean, if you want your truck back or your ring or your apartment, I mean, you could have it back, but like, let me know, because you know I'm going through shit and my life is really hard. It's like, yeah, me too. I just did all this shit and moved down to Las Vegas to be with your dumb ass, and now you're breaking up with me. Lord, I'm over it. So he's dropping her off, she's grabbing her stuff, and she asks, do you want the ring back? And he's like, keep it. You know, before she got out the car, he was like, do you still love me? And reluctantly, she was like, she nods her head yes, right?
Still love me, right? Okay, then we're good.
I feel really bad for Andrew, but Andrew, the type of person that really got to be scorned several times. It's either going to be two things. Andrew's either going to be scorned and start to hate women and treat women. All women are like this and women are terrible and fuck all women. And I'm going to start being a terrible person to my next girlfriend because all bitches have hurt me in the past, stemming from second grade. Or he's going to be scorned so much, really take the time to do internal work, really take the time to go to therapy and be like, all right, I can understand. I'm an anxiously attached person. I'm attracted to avoidance. I'm attracted to dismissive people that do not care about me. And I am a giver. I give to distract myself from what I need to be working on inwards and internally. This is the type of shit I need to work on. It could really go either way. So I'm interested into seeing what type of man Andrew's going to become after this trauma. Because trust and believe, Candace oh boy up. Like, it's not even funny. So next we have Rick and Samantha. And so if you remember last episode, Samantha was like pushing Rick, right? Are you ready to get married to me? Do you want to be married to me? What's going on? What's happening? And so now in this episode, he is driving around with his best friend who used to be his Uber driver, and they are headed to the courtroom because he is getting married to Samantha.
All right, time to get married.
No backing out. You checking your heart.
Rick is another one that didn't have a best track record with women in his past. And so, you know, his first wife divorced, his second wife took his pension and that didn't work out. And now he's with this inmate. And so he thinks that Samantha's going to be the love of his life. But after they get married, they only had about 30 minutes in the courtroom. They got to kiss once and that was it. Ricardo did something so nice for his friend. He decorated the car. It said just married and he had cans like on the back of the car. Very sweet, very good gesture that a friend would make, right? Like, you don't have a lot of people here, but you invited me, and I'm gonna make this day special as I can, you know, with you marrying this inmate and all, this person in this facility that can't really come out and see you or do for herself. So basically, after they get married, they get into this huge argument because Samantha is saying that she's okay with Rick's financial situation right now. Like, she knows that he's off a pension, he doesn't work, so his income is limited, but she's always had businesses. She's always ran multiple businesses and side hustles, and so that's what she wants to do. And so Rick is concerned, like, you don't really want to get out and get a job. You want to start businesses and you want me to help and you want to do all this and you want me to invest, and I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I think Rick thought that she was going to come out, they were going to sit on his front porch, drink some tea, rock back and forth, and watch their grandkids grow. But Samantha trying to get in that and get to the bag. Samantha wants to get to the moulay, the money, okay? And so she's like, yo, listen, I'm okay with your financial situation. Just don't try to impose on what the I got going on. I want to make money. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I was pretty good before the damn cops showed up. And I want to get back to it. They're finding it really, really difficult to understand where each other is in life and where each other wants to remain in life. So during this argument over the phone, he gets a call from a female friend. That sends Samantha off. She's like,
it's probably one of your bitches calling.
And he's like, yes, it is a female friend. Yes, I have female friends. It's such and such from the party. And if you remember that episode, in that party, during that party, I think he went, allegedly, I believe he went to the back and he slept with at least two of them girls because everybody, all the women there were older, same age, white, blonde, his type, and were reminiscing on how good he is in bed and how they wouldn't mind hitting that one more time. That's three women talking to each other about how good Rick is. And then they go to this party, this reunion they have every year or 10 years or whatever. It's in a house and there's rooms. And last time he was at that house, he did hook up with one of them. So he's like, yeah, you know, it's Darlene, making up a name. It's Darlene. You have nothing to worry about. Let's stop talking about this. I certainly don't want to fight anymore. I'm going to get off the phone. And if you're going to continue with that same attitude, in this same position on where you are about working, I don't know if we have anything to talk about. And it's like, oh, that's the honeymoon phase. How sweet. They're in love, can't you tell? And last but certainly not least, we have Joey and Michael. In these last episodes, they haven't really showed Michael much. It's been Joey just going through ups and downs. If you remember last episode, his mom had a brain aneurysm and that put a lot of things into perspective. perspective, he was kind of thinking like, if I got to take care of my mom and I got to take care of my dad because they've always taken care of me when I was struggling through substance abuse, and I got to take care of Michael because he doesn't have a job or any money or a car or anything, why am I choosing to be with Michael? Why do I want to be with an inmate? Why do I believe that the best future for myself is to be with an inmate? So he's kind of thinking and he's kind of making a lot of sense and putting things into perspective, like maybe I don't want to be with Michael. Maybe Michael isn't the best for me right now. So to help him make his decision, he decides to meet up with Michael's mom and Michael's stepfather. So Michael's stepfather has been in his life since he was about 18. So it's about 18 years, right? Michael's mom does not hold back, right? She's like, I've done everything I could. Michael is one of those people that do not learn. They learn the hard way, and he does not care. Michael is always probably going to be a criminal because he's been a criminal ever since he was a kid. And Michael has a long, extensive criminal history, right? Dating back. And so she said that she tried to do everything. She's turned him in.
I've tried a lot of things with him. Tough love. I've tried turning my back on him. Nothing has worked.
She tried soft love. She tried talking to him. She tried turning him in. She tried cutting him off. During an episode of Intervention, I've noticed that when family members have had enough and the addict isn't understanding that they're really causing a lot of pain, one of the tactics, one of the methods are to tell the family member that they're done. I'm done with you. You can't come over. I'm not giving you money. You can't call me for emotional support. You can't call me for financial support. I will not be there for you physically. I'm not going to be here. And so that really like snaps them into reality of like, oh, I don't have anybody. Oh, I'm by myself. Okay, well, I got to get it together, right? She said she tried all that shit. Michael didn't care.
I told the cop he's here, and they came and they got him. And I told them, at least I can sleep. I know where you're at.
Right,
you
exactly.
know, and I don't know what else to do.
Basically, his mama was just tired of his ass, right? Damn, he 40 years old, and now you got your 40-year-old boyfriend coming to me asking me, you know, what do I think about this relationship? What do I think about my son? And what I think is he's pretty much a lost cause, but the only reason why we're not going to give up on him is because we have unconditional love and we love him. Other than that, if this was a little boy off the street or somebody I didn't really have close attachment to, I kick his ass to the curb and be done. And you should probably be done with him. He's probably not going to change, and you're probably going to find yourself more broken than you are whole with this man. Whew, my God. And with that, we will wrap up this recap. What do you think about Nehemiah's feelings toward Rob? Are you excited that Rob is getting out and that Nehemiah finally gets a father figure that he's been wanting? What do you think about Michael and Joey? Well, Michael finally get it through his head. It is done. Michael is not the one for you. Will Andrew finally get the hint? Probably not. And will the 15 days finally straighten Ayana out? Probably not. She'll probably commit a crime the moment she gets out of prison. Whew, with that all being said, baby, until next time, I will holla.